Titans Talk continues here on News Channel 5 Plus on a Victory Monday. Titans 23, Chiefs 7 yesterday at Nissan Stadium, Tennessee. Now 5-2 on the season and 2 games up on the Colts ahead of a showdown in Indianapolis coming up Sunday at noon over on News Channel 5. Back to the phones we go. Say hello to Nathan. Nathan, good evening and welcome to Titans Talk.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for taking my call. I was just wanting to highlight our coaching staff. Our players are doing great, but it's been I'm so used to us getting out coached all these years that I've been following the Titans, and then to turn around and see us out coach other teams is pretty encouraging. And of course, Robinson, he's showing that he's making some good choices. There might be some that are questionable, but it's like I think actually Amy's come in and took her dad's team, and I feel like they've really turned the whole organization around. So it's kind of exciting for the future.
I think there's no question, Nathan, that everything about this organization right now is something that the fans can be proud of. Amy Adams-Strunk inherited a mess when Bud Adams died 8 or 9 years ago, and it was a process to even get to her where she was the controlling owner and really calling the shots. But since she's been in charge, this team has won. They've upgraded facilities. They've upgraded things at the stadium. They played an international game. They brought the NFL draft to town. This team has done everything right, essentially, with Amy Adams-Strunk as the controlling owner. The thing that's missing is a huge postseason run or winning a Super Bowl, getting to a Super Bowl. That is really the next thing on the table. And you see a coaching staff in place now that's winning some of those battles that you talk about. They've got the players. They have the players to match up against some of the best teams in the league now. And they have a coaching staff that's putting them in positions to win. And everybody wanted to criticize the defense. What Shane Bowen and Mike Vrabel schemed up yesterday, whoever you want to give more credit to, what they schemed up yesterday was the perfect recipe to battle against that Chiefs offense, and it obviously played out that way. And again, I gave credit to Todd Downing early on for getting his guys in rhythm and then adjusting for what the Chiefs were doing. They were selling out to stop Derrick Henry yesterday. They did a pretty good job of it. If you would have told the Chiefs coming in that they were going to hold him to 86 yards rushing, they would have been happy with that. But the Titans took advantage of the one-on-one matchups, and they got their receivers going, and they got that passing game going, and they put up 27 points in the first half because of it. The coaches yesterday showed the preparation element of it, that they did a good job there. They also did a good job adjusting on the fly in-game as well. And I think you have to say that for what they did against Buffalo last Monday, too. I think this coaching staff is coming into its own. Guys are finding their spots. Shane Bowen's been in that role for over a year now. Todd Downing's now 7 weeks into being the play caller with these guys. I think they're starting to mesh together as well, just like the players are.
Amen to that. And what I was going to say about Tannehill is that there might be more talent. Of course, there's more talented quarterbacks out there, but I think he is the perfect fit for our team. The way he came in after Mariota and just took him in. He's got the players' respect, and I really think he shines, and I'm proud of the man. I'm proud of our team, and I'm excited, and I'm thankful for you guys, the way you cover everything. We've got a good thing going here in Nashville, and I'm like you. The only thing left is to go and get that Super Bowl, because we're one of the we're one of the grandfather teams of the whole league, and it's time that we get one.
Yeah, Nathan, that's what fans are waiting for. They want to have that breakthrough parade down Broadway to celebrate a world championship here in Nashville, and it feels like the Titans are closer in these last couple of years than they've been probably all the way back since the last time they were in the Super Bowl, when they lost, came up a yard short against the Rams way back 20-some years ago now. You just have to feel good about what this team is doing right now. And he brings up Ryan Tannehill. The crazy thing is, before that game on Monday night against Buffalo, you could make a really good argument that through the first 5 games of the season, he had underperformed the expectation. I agree. He's a perfect fit for what they want to do. He's not a guy that thrives throwing it 45 times a game. He works perfect in an offense. It's based off the run and play action. He's accurate. He has receivers that he trusts who can go make plays for him. But they're not just going to spread the ball around the field and throw it 45 times. That's not how the Titans want to play football. Tannehill gives you an element with his legs as well. He fits in very well with how the Titans try to scheme things offensively. But yeah, through 5 weeks, turnovers were up, interceptions were up. He'd been sacked a bunch. He'd been more inaccurate than he'd been the last couple of seasons when he was the most efficient quarterback in the NFL. And then Monday night, he got in that rhythm. Final 9 completions. He was great overall. 11 straight to start yesterday, so 20 consecutive completions before an incompletion for Ryan Tannehill. And most importantly, from a quarterback perspective, is your offense putting up points? And over those 5 quarters, his offense never punted. And they scored on 11 drives. The only drives they didn't were kneel down at the end of the half or the end of the game against Buffalo. That is playing quarterback at a high level. And again, if he can do that and that passing game gets going along with what Derrick Henry's doing at a record-setting pace this season, the Titans' offense does have another level to get to. It's good, but it does have another level to get to if they can get all those things humming along at the same time. Still haven't really seen that yet, where you have Derrick Henry busting off yards, you got A.J. Brown making big catches, you've got Julio Jones going, Tannehill playing efficient. We really haven't seen that going in all phases. It's nice to have it all, because sometimes it's difficult to get them all going at once. And when one guy's having an off day, the other guys pick up the slack. That's how the Titans have gotten to this point. But can you imagine if you get them all going at the same time? And that was always the hope for this offense. And we still haven't seen it yet. So that's still the hope, that they can get that. And they realize that potential here at some point this season and then carry that over into the postseason. Offense good. The defense yesterday was the story, though. And John Burton has more on that in this Publix post-game report.
We're used to seeing big plays from the Titans offense, but on Sunday, it was the defense that stood out. Banged up in the secondary coming in and facing Patrick Mahomes and the explosive Kansas City Chiefs offense, the Titans D rose up, allowing only a field goal for the entire afternoon.
It is about getting W's, don't get me wrong. But as a defense, no matter what the score is, if they get 3 points, we're like, okay, we're not letting them score again. We want to dominate people, and that's the kind of mentality and the standard that we need to have.
The Titans made life miserable for Patrick Mahomes, sacking the Chiefs QB 4 times, intercepting him once, and forcing him to lose a fumble. Even more impressive, the unit held the entire Kansas City offense to 4 for 11 on 3rd down.
We had a game plan coming into the game. We didn't let him find that many escape lanes. He still was able to get outside the pocket. At the end of the day, he's a $500 million quarterback, so he's going to make ways to make plays. And we're just trying to contain him as much as we can.
That was the number 1 key this week, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's what we went out this week in practice to work on, get to the quarterback.
Whenever you get that type of pass rush, whenever you get that type of pressure on a great quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, it helps the linebackers, it helps the DBs to be able to make plays like we're able to make today.
After an historically bad season in 2020, the Titans defense appears to have found its footing. But they know there's still a long way to go.
It's a huge accomplishment. Mahomes is a great quarterback. They're a great team. We're definitely going to celebrate this win tonight and then move on.
We don't want to get too cocky. We don't want to get too happy about things. We want to stay neutral, keep working hard like we've been doing, and just look forward to next week.
Time to look at some of the film at what was a masterful defensive performance here with Keith Bullock at the smart screen. And Keith, the Titans were one of the worst 3rd down defenses ever a year ago, but they've been much better this season. And as we saw today, just held Patrick Mahomes and that explosive Chiefs offense to 4 of 11 on 3rd downs, and they did it without a starting cornerback and a starting safety.
Yeah, well, in the NFL, next man up, and it's more so about the game plan that was put together. Early downs, Titans played a lot of zone, third downs, they went to cover 2 shell with man underneath, which caused Patrick Mahomes a lot of confusion. So when you watch, boom, first play, 2 deep. He's looking downfield. He's not seeing the reads that he's used to reading. Right now, another one. That's giving the defensive line ample time to get after him. Now, later in the game, same first half, he's actually starting to look at the pass rush instead of looking down the field, because when he looks down the field, he's seeing guys underneath his routes and the 2 safeties that are on top of the defense. And right now, it's the second, late in the second. Can I do this over? That was choppy. All right, I know what I want to say now. Sorry.
All good. They said they messed up in the back, too. So
all right, cool.
It was good. We had to do it over anyway.